Hi, I'm Jill.
And I'm Gianna.
And welcome to the We Watch It All podcast,
where we watch it all and give you our opinions.
AKA the opinions no one ever asked for, but we're going to give it to you anyway. And we were concerned that we both might take a snoozer. I'm just going to say.
I don't know. I just saw Pumpkins and Paparazzi, and I go to where I go, let's just watch this. Let's get it done. I feel like this episode's going to be boring.
See, I hate that because I love OC, and I hate the thought that, I would want to just get it done because I don't.
You know what? Let's preference it with this. I said let's get it done because we are watching Salt Lake and they are just too good. I'm honestly disappointed that we stopped watching the first season because I wish we could have watched it.
So if you are looking to start to watch them, just give them a minute. Just give them a minute and get through the first little snoozy oozy and just let it roll because
you just got to get through. You Smell Like Hospital. Because now rewatching that is pretty good. But once you get over that hump, I feel like
that's a whole different thing.
Then they're hitting the ground running, they're going. And then by season 2, I mean, holy hell.
I've never seen a group of people that fight and make up more than anybody, but then really don't make up, but then they're still making up. And
shockingly, I'm not annoyed by it.
Yeah, no. I don't know why.
I'm worried for the 4th season now, though, that I'm like, uh-oh. Every current season for Housewives.
Yeah, but here's my thing. I'm not worried about Jen being gone either because I don't feel like she is...
right now in season 3 that we're watching, I already feel her taking a back seat.
But I don't feel like she's such an integral player that, without her...
No, I don't think so.
How they were
and they're
all
getting 2 new Housewives, too, so they should be fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
For Salt Lake, our episodes will be out every Friday for Salt Lake. So our first Salt Lake episode will be up on September 8th. We're going to just jump right into the 4th season. We're not going to cover 1, 2, and 3. Maybe we'll give a little something in the beginning of that. I don't know. We'll see how we feel. But
look, those episodes are more for us so that we can understand truly what went on and what's going on.
You listen to the Ultimate Girls Trip.
And here's the thing. Some of these you can kind of just jump in and figure out what's going on. I do feel like you need to watch them so you could see who because they were friends. This is what I see. That's why I think I like this group a little bit is because I like when they are actually friends.
You can see where all the connections are.
Yeah, where they're all friends and things like that because it makes it better. I mean, I hate to see the friends fight, but it does make it better.
Makes the fights better because it's more...
Well, it's more genuine.
Not painful for them. It sounds bad,
that these people on OC are just getting together to film.
Yeah, at this point, they're not friends.
They're just getting together to film. So if either these guys...
They're just leftovers from past seasons that have to form friendships at this point.
So we were very concerned that... And here's my concern more than anything over OC. So it's season 17. I mean, we're moving up into
We're almost going to hit the 20s.
And it's episode 12 at this stage of the game. And they're announcing mid-season trailers for this one. Didn't they do something like that? They sent a big one. They showed, last week. I think they showed the big...
this trailer that we just watched, they're going to Mexico.
Yeah, here's my thing. I feel like I heard Tamara say it. I heard Shannon say it. I heard Andy Bravo say it. How explosive.
Andy Bravo.
Not Andy Bravo. Andy Cohen. Gosh darn it. I always do that to that poor guy. He should just change his name.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't know. Just keep on. No.
Oh my God. I always feel that they've made such a big stink about
they made it seem like it's going to be
so explosive. It's going to be good. It's so much better.
The Shannon stuff was good in the beginning, but now it's old and it's I don't know.
I'm it's like the picking on of Heather is old because she is not a contender.
On it.
Listen, if she was somebody that was a contender for to be picked on, she's not going to tolerate it. But she is actually in a weird way, and that's what I don't like about it. It's what is she doing?
Someone just tried to break into her apartment?
No, but
sounded like they were picking her lock.
Yes, so let's just jump in.
Yeah, let's get right to this.
We've some nuts have come home, and anyway, we don't have time to discuss them.
No, let's just get into this.
It does start with Heather and the house.
Yeah.
So you have Josh and his wife, which I would love to remember her name, but I can't for the life of me.
Heather.
Oh yeah, she's Heather too.
That's
right. Maybe that's what was tripping me up. And they're for $1 million listing.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, they're $1 million listing. He does it with his brother on the $1 million listing, and Josh Flagg, I think, is the other guy, or is he Josh Flagg? I don't know. What? Anyway, so they had approached them because somebody wanted Heather's house.
Yeah,
and offered a ridiculous amount. So jokingly, Heather's like, oh sure, we'll see what it's about. Her kids are going off. She already has 2 in college. The other 2 are moving into another realm and all like that of high school and such. So I guess she really was considering it since they were looking to move to that penthouse. Yeah. So it starts with them coming into the house and I guess just kind of talking about like what the next steps are, and I guess they're waiting for the actual thing to be signed, closed, and done.
Yeah.
And so, they're chatting with them a little bit, and then they said that they are the third largest sale in OC. So once again, Heather Dubrow made history in California. So $55 million is nothing to sneeze at. And she claims that she put down on a paper like her New Year's resolutions to sell their house for $60 million. Yeah. And she made it sound like she was like just kind of joking, but kind of not in the same way, like, oh, well, it's not going to happen, but let me just throw a crazy number down. And she's like, I was 5 off. And I mean, that is pretty impressive. I'm sure she knows what that house is worth too. That it probably.
Well, yeah, they know what they bought it for. Like she knows the bills that they
put
in.
What she could probably ask for. So right as they were just chit-chatting about going to dinner, it was a weird dynamic because you see I said to you, what did just happen?
Yeah,
and
the producer
said hold on or something.
Yeah, because I think the people might have been trying to come back in, so I think they were like, hold on, let's just go get them.
Yeah, they let them exit or something. As they were exiting, apparently whoever was closing on the house signed the actual papers and it was a done deal. Yeah. Now the house was totally sold, no going back. And they came back in, but you see the producer walk across and was like, hold on a minute. And then you see Josh and the wife come back in and they're like, literally as I'm walking out, they called and said they signed. So house is sold. All the kids come down now all of a sudden out of nowhere and they tell them bye-bye house.
Yeah.
But they were talking actually, I think, to Josh and Heather, the wife, because they were realizing that Christmas, the 2 kids are coming home. They already have 2 kids. Well, yeah, now it's only a 2-bedroom penthouse, I think they said, which is so weird that your penthouse would only be 2 bedrooms. But with all that open space, think
about it. There is some kind of similar to what she has near us, and they were only selling 2 to 3 bedrooms.
I know, but it's weird because
you think you would have at least maybe if they had a 3-bedroom, you would have splurged for that because then at least the 2 kids that are home with you.
I don't know.
With all that closet space, there's no room for no bedroom. And it hit me. I saw the wall of champs back there. I'm like, I wonder if they're filled.
Yeah, I think they
are. I'm gonna assume they probably are with her money. But
I think they're the one that she created.
No, I don't know if they are. I don't know if they are. I don't think so though. But I was just wondering because I'm like, see, that's a dark bottle that you could get away with it not being entirely filled.
I mean, she could. But once she drinks it, she could put it back up. I mean, that would be smart.
They all looked like they had the silver seal on top.
Yeah, that's what I don't think.
I'm pretty sure. I'm with her money. I'm sure they are sealed. But I was pondering that.
Yeah, so they're trying to find her another place to lease for the time being till they figure out what they're actually going to do because. They're like, well, this isn't going to work with 2 bedrooms. They thought it was going to be just a little pied-à-terre or whatever she called it, tête-à-tête or whatever it is, where just her and Terry would go in when she was doing, I guess, say a movie or something in Los Angeles. But so yay for them. Heather tells Terry about all the stuff that's going on in her friend group, and she says
this was also mostly a never before scene.
Yeah,
which was disappointing. Once again, another scene that should not be cut because it gives you an insight into how Heather is thinking. It's why was this?
Yeah, because she said that she has no desire to share this with the group because, they've been already picking on her, acting like, oh, her troubles are so minuscule. Let me tell you something about Heather. I give her a lot of credit because she has 2 children that are gay. Mm-hmm. And then she has the one that I don't know is transgender at this point.
Yeah, the youngest one.
Yeah. So, I mean, for someone like her who I really not that I'm not trying to knock her and say I couldn't see her handling this, but I could see this being a big thing to deal with. Yeah. I felt like she took it all in stride and actually handled it so well. Mm-hmm. They were, so I'm like, I know she's rich, but money can't fix those kind of things. If you were that type of person that felt like you needed to fix your kids, which you can't. But money can't fix that. So she can have all the money in the world and her kids are going to still be who they are. And she has to, learn how to accept it. And that's I think she did that very well. But she's telling him how they're picking on her and she's the punching bag, and I mean she really is because Shannon is not giving her an inch, and you see that when they get together a little bit down the thing.
Even when they go later to the pumpkin patch, it's she's
still not giving her. She's calling her out still by name, saying how she did this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, I don't know. So he just said, what'll be will be, and it'll all work it out. They always do. And then, of course, you go into seeing Taylor. She's FaceTiming with everybody, I guess, trying to invite
trying to make
them. I thought it was a cute idea, inviting them to the pumpkin patch and having them carve. And
I don't really know if they film ever during October. Like, I don't remember when they film these girls. I think they got all thrown off because of COVID. But
yeah,
like, I don't really see many people that have like fall filming schedules. Like, you're either really like in the winter or you're like really in the summer. Like when I think about like OC, they usually always Christmas.
I don't know. I think it was different at least. Like she planned a pumpkin carving thing with a person that was going to help them, like teach them how to do it. And then she also, I thought that was it. And then she had like a little wheelbarrow race, which is cute, whatever. And then she actually had them like, they set up like a nice like place to eat, which clearly she had to bring in the chair. Like that stuff is not just at a pumpkin patch. I don't know what pumpkin patches they're going to. I know this is OC, but I don't think you have those kind of things. My feet are all tingled already.
Oh, God. Sorry. Well, I guess if you call catering company and you get it with the pumpkin patch, like I'm sure somebody could set it up.
Oh no, I think that's what she did. She probably called like a party planning catering place and said, listen, I'm gonna have a little thing in the pumpkin patch. I've reserved a little area or whatever. I mean, look, the pumpkin place may do that, but you may be sitting on the chairs and stuff that they were sitting on covering the pumpkin. You're not sitting on these like high back chairs that they which was really nice. I mean, it was a nice idea and all like that. It seems like all the girls agreed to go to this pumpkin patch. Nice. So then we go right into Emily, which I think this is the most hilarious thing.
I just saw Emily walk into the motorcycle shop and I
really thought Tamara was going to show up. I gotta be honest.
What could she need from here? What could she need?
Oh, a motorcycle. I think she... Hi, babe.
Cooper can't believe it either.
I think she did talk about a motorcycle a while back with Tamara maybe or something, I think.
You know what we have to get to the bottom of? What is the Real Housewives of OC Housewives pipeline to riding a motorcycle? We have Tamara, her... The Gretchen. Other one, Gretchen, that's the other. Like, three's too many for me in this situation. Like, what there was somebody else? Like, and what a random little thing to add on to her season storyline. She has an accumulation of multiple little storylines.
She's saying that she wants to stop saying she wants to do things and actually do them. Yeah. So I give her credit for that. But I really thought, honestly, hi, baby. I thought, though, like I said, that she was going to bring Tamara, not Gina was not the person that was showing up. I don't know if she brought Gina into it because she thought she would be funnier with it about it or against it or, like, be a little controversial about it. I don't know. But I thought Tamara would just be just as funny when she was trying to put that big old helmet on her head. But the best line had to be when the producers asked her, is, like, Shane going to ride in the sidecar with you? And she said, well, he's sidecar sized. And I'm like, is she kidding me? Like, dude, like, that's the kind of stuff he would say. But nothing beat when she tried to put that old helmet on her head and they were like pulling that thing down. And I really think that's got to be painful. But I don't know if is it supposed to be that snug? I know nothing about it.
Yeah, it's kind of try to keep everything. I don't know. But you know what I thought about? These last, I don't even know how many episodes whatever episode we're on. I've been thinking, we've been going, oh, Tamara's riding through every time we hear a motorcycle. I'm starting to think it's Emily. I think she's coming for me.
No,
at this point, and talking bad about her tagline, I think she's on the way, and I'm scared at the next motorcycle I hear.
By now she is riding.
We don't know. They did show a short little clip later on of her doing the safety test.
No, that was Tamara.
No, and then they showed Emily. Emily was the one that couldn't get her foot to go. Like the last word she messed up. So maybe not. Maybe I'm safe. But I
thought that was Tamara. Like I thought they were.
No, they did show Tamara, and then I think they switched to Emily. Emily, because Tamara said, "Oh, I'm way too advanced for this class."
Yeah.
And then they showed Tamara like
that's
going.
The guy was like, they were making fun of her because she.
And then they showed Emily.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, you could be right.
I'm wrong, but I thought I saw right, but I probably didn't.
You could be right. But I thought it was funny when the sales lady was even laughing at Emily with that hat on, and they were like, "How do I get this off now?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Dear Jesus, how do you get that?"
Yeah, because I think you have to clip it under your chin. It's like a whole big thing.
Yeah, I don't know how you get it on and off.
It's extensive.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure somebody helped her get that. I mean, she filmed later, so she definitely got it off her head.
No, they did get it. It came off.
Yeah, I don't think they did. No, I think they ended it with her being there and the girl laughing. They pulled it off and
she was like,
no.
Oh, man.
No, I think she made that sound when they pulled it down and got it on her. And the girl opened the thing. That's what I think it was, but I don't know. Anyway, it was something to see. But then we go to John and Shannon.
Which, I'm sorry, Shannon being scratched like a dog by John.
I don't know what that was.
That should have been never before seen. How did he even make that scratching sound?
I don't know, but that sound was obnoxious. And she acted like she wanted him to like
stop.
That
should have been never before seen. We did not need to see that. We could have started somewhere else before Tamara walked in. It would have been totally fine. But no, we had to listen to her get scratched like a dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
And it sounded like that when you heard a dog like kick themselves in the back. Like, ugh.
I don't know, it just sounded bad. But she was waiting, obviously, for Tamara to show up, which we didn't even realize. But Tamara showed up, and she makes, like, a little funny, like, a little joke, because John's sleeping over, and she's like, should we call Emily and Gina and inform them that, you know, he stayed over? I personally don't think they give a shit, so she should stop. Like, no. I don't know. But they kind of laughed a little bit, and, you know, the funniest part to me is, or the most ironic, I should say. So her and Tamara go out and sit in the backyard or whatever, and they start talking, and she makes a comment that she's like, I'm just not going to talk about me and John when we fight anymore. She's like, I'm not going to bring that up. I'm not going to mention, I'm not going to talk about it, because it's just, you know, not what I want, because I had to tell him what was going on, and he wasn't happy, but he was like, okay, or whatever. But then she proceeds to tell Tamara all about, like, her and John and what they're doing and fights.
I guess she figured she can trust Tamara.
But I think her problem is that they're saying it on camera. So if you don't want to say it on camera, then you can't say it to any of them on camera. Yeah. Like, you gotta stop talking about it, but like, or at least about the fights, because she can talk about John if you want. It just don't bring up all your
relationship issues.
Yeah, your issues, and she does. She goes on and on to tell her about how like he doesn't stay overnight, or he doesn't do this, or he's got to go home to the kids, or so she was like spewing. And there's no excuse now because she's not drunk. It's the middle of the day. So, well, we don't know that for sure. We don't know. And then started talking about how he doesn't want to get married and why he doesn't want to get married and all this stuff. So I'm thinking
basically
myself,
all the stuff that they had just said. Yeah, so she like, basically confirmed it and how she felt.
If you don't want that stuff out there, then why are you saying it? And she just keeps alluding to the fact that Heather's trying to say it's something horrible. No, Heather hasn't said anything, honestly. I said, you're the one that makes me or is thinking it's something bad. I don't know. But yeah, I just don't think this guy wants to marry her personally at all. And she needs to either realize she's not getting married again and she's just going to be in a relationship with somebody. I just don't know why that's such like an important thing to her, because she is, how old is she? Is she my age? I think she is. I think she's close to my age. I'm just like at the point where I don't see a real reason to get married again at all. Like for me, I think maybe if you want to be in a relationship, that's one thing, but I don't see why you need to be married. That's just me talking crazy talk.
She's older than you. She's 59. She's pushing 60.
So she doesn't need to be married.
Yeah, no, at 60, I think maybe you
look, it's to each his own, but I don't think that is that urgent.
Should be your biggest concern now.
Yeah, like about getting married. Like if you find somebody and you get along and you're happy together and whatever, I mean,
because it's not like you're gonna have like kids or anything.
No, like you could move in together and stuff if you wanted, but I just don't see why that would be like a deal breaker, because some people at a certain age, after they've already been there, done that, they just don't want that part of, they just don't want to, I don't know, they just want to do it, but whatever. Neither here nor there. She still manages to spew it all out and share everything, so you know, God bless her. Jen and Ryan, listen, I don't know what to think about these two.
So weird.
They are so weird.
But I love her.
I do like her. No, I do like her because she's the voice of reason. She's the voice of a normal person.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think now, I've always loved me a crazy housewife, but I'm really thinking like, I love the housewives that don't feel like they should be housewives. She feels like she should not be a housewife. Like even on Salt Lake. Salt Lake. I love Heather because she feels like someone put like a housewife fan in the shoes. Like they're like, the Salt Lake girls also feel so like almost like normal. Like they're a little bit more real. They don't like, I like ones who don't play by the typical.
No, but they say the things that we're thinking. Like they don't pretend like that doesn't exist. And she is very much like that. There's certain things where she'll say, and I don't think she drinks nearly as much as the others. So I think she tends to remember a lot of what's going on. Where I think
downing the shots like the others.
I don't think so. Because she doesn't seem to like act the same way, and I think a lot of them, they are so drunk that they don't remember. Yes. And I'm sorry, but when you're older, it does hit you in a different respect than when you're younger. You can take a lot more with drinks and alcohol, and older, trust me, I'm telling you can't. One and done. So if these are putting back some serious drinks, you're not drinking like when
they have like 3-4 shots last time.
Yeah, you're not drinking like a child anymore. So just letting you know. But I don't know, you see Ryan and Jen with their trainer doing whatever their little...
Basically doing my workout routine.
Yeah, basically, that's what you were saying.
Pretty much the same. They're paying them for what?
But he's just like so odd because he says things that like, I'm like, okay, I don't know how much I trust you, because he'll make a comment that he wants to be with her, but then he'll say, you know, they say you're only as good as you feel only as good as you look or something like that. And he's like, and she's on fire. So, you know, when I'm with her, I'm like,
well, she says he is like a 12-year-old boy, and he kind of is like is it Stockholm syndrome where you don't change from the age?
Yeah. No. What was that thing? It's the show Arrested Development.
Stockholm syndrome is not.
No, that's where you like become in love with your kidnapper. Yeah.
Whoopsie. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, Arrested Development. That.
Well, maybe she is in love with her kidnapper. I don't know.
But what I question is, like, I thought about this. I'm like, would she really be questioning this on the break with him if there wasn't cameras in her face? Or would she have just went on with her relationship as it is?
No, I think she's always questioned this because...
Well, I mean, like, questioned it in this sense where she's, like, having conversations and, like, you know what I mean?
I don't know. She
like,
might
I do wonder
but...
how much would they actually discuss?
Like, discuss it out.
I know.
I don't know. I think
really
she might have. I think she might have because I think she knows that this is an issue. And, of course, now she is going to discuss it.
I could see, like, if he proposed to her, like, I could see it then. But I'm saying, like, but, I mean, this is obviously only as big as it is because the other girls made it as big as it is.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, too, is I think they made it a huge thing. He brings up marriage, and then they do show footage of him, like, going and, like, picking out a ring.
Yeah.
So he must be planning on proposing to her. Like, I think he does like her. I think he just doesn't think that whatever happened on the break is as big as it is to her.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he did it, so it didn't affect him. She didn't do anything on their break, so there's nothing for him to worry about it. Maybe if he found out that she was with somebody, I don't even think he'd care, though, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
He just doesn't seem like that type, so who knows? Maybe that's what's going to get her a second season, is the possibility of a proposal. Ooh. You never know. We'll see.
I mean, in general, she's a pretty good housewife, though, so...
No, I don't think
she'll be a one-season wonder.
No, I think she'll make it to the second season in a weird way, because I think she's connected to a lot of them. I think she'll hang around.
Nobody hates her yet, so...
No, not enough to be like, ooh, like...
No, and I can see already where she's going to work really well with Emily and Gina now.
Yeah,
so.
I think she works well with them.
They'll save her.
Yeah, because she's normal. They're normal.
Yeah, they're normal too, but they're getting a little bit more
yeah.
into, like, the housewife world now, I feel.
Yeah, but they're still...
They're still very normal.
Yeah,
That's
pretty normal. I think we have the weirdest thing is, like, Eddie and Tamara at another random gym shreds with a Z.
Decked out, though, and cut fitness. Like, that is so weird.
I know. Well, I guess that's all they had.
And what the hell did they even
the only
go there to do?
Had? I don't know. They were doing some kind of interesting...
It was just like a regular t-shirt. Yeah, but they had like a Bozu ball, and they did TRX, and he did some leg presses. I mean, you don't have to do the leg presses. Just stand up and do some squats, and then get a TRX for your home. It's just like ropes, and get a Bozu ball. Why are you at this gym? And I told her, I go... She goes, do you think this is a gym? I go, no, they got a day pass for this.
No, I agree. Like
I don't think that... Hey, maybe I'm wrong and this is their gym.
Maybe. I don't know. I just thought it was a weird...
I think you could have had a filming opportunity.
Yeah, and you could have just had the same thing done at home, like this whole conversation.
Look at Jen and Ryan. We just watched them work out.
Yeah,
it was like...
They did it at home.
And they had their trainers, and all they had was, like, weights. So, I don't
know. I just thought that was weird. Yeah, because I find it hard to believe that, and none of that exercise equipment made it to Eddie's, like...
Well, I think they sold it all, though, to make money.
Why wouldn't you keep... I don't know. Yeah,
I guess like, at least, money. Like, keep a treadmill. Keep something that you would...
Yeah, I thought it was weird.
Keep a rack of dumbbells and things like
that. I mean, they could have it. I don't know. Maybe they were looking for more unique stuff. Who knows? But she
was probably there trying to get him a job, in all honesty.
Well, she ends up telling about a breakfast that she had with Heather and Emily that we did not see.
Only a little flashback. They should flashback the way Salt Lake flashes back. I kind of like that. Like, they like rewind the tape and they show you the whole thing pretty much in full, though. It much better. Not...
Yeah, no, they give you all that you need.
I don't know. Why do they flash back like this? I don't know. I hate this.
It's a very weird flashback, but they show them talking about Shannon and I guess her relationships and stuff like that. And she also mentions the paparazzi pictures of Terry and Heather at Disney World hugging. I know that was a big thing that they said they were staged to make them look lovey-dovey.
I will say I've never seen paparazzi pictures at Disneyland. Usually, like, you know... Like, if you see somebody, like Justin Bieber, they're, like, from your phone. Like, they're not,
I don't know.
Like, low quality.
Mean, I don't know why that would be the place to catch them. Like,
at Disney.
Or where you think... Because I don't even see them two going to Disney,
I didn't even see any kids anywhere near them. Like, it looked like it was just them.
I don't know. I think
waiting.
It's weird.
I mean, maybe it was, but
and they're, like,
maybe,
trying to say, like, tether. Tamara tries to say later on that it was, like, a professionally done photo, and Heather's like, how do you even know that? Like,
Yeah, I mean, the camera quality was pretty good, but...
I don't know.
Heather should have spun this and said, yeah, we were taking cute little couple photos at Disneyland and they got leaked via the paparazzi. They sold them. Or I don't know. Lie, basically.
I just think it's just I don't know, it's a weird thing, but apparently there are rumors of Terry cheating, which, again, who's Terry cheating with, please? Who who is Terry cheating with? Because first of all, he's $55 million now. And he ain't gonna
I would stick with Heather too if she's designing me $55 million houses.
And getting that money, because that was all her. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
She did all that and getting that. So, and he gave her the props when they were sitting in the house in the very beginning talking like that. He definitely gave her the props. But the little discussion that him and her had about working things out, I guess she decided that she was going to try to work things out with Shannon once again. And they show up to, I don't know if it's lunch, drinks, I don't know what they're showing up to. They're showing up to a restaurant, bottom line, as they all do. And then nobody either eats or drinks anything. They let them order a drink order, and then it doesn't go anywhere.
Wouldn't it be easier, cheaper, even for the production crew to, like, go sit at someone's house in their living room? Unless they want, like, a...
I guess nobody can storm off. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Right out the door and into my car I go. I mean, unless it's, like, they want them to have, like, not like a no man's land, but, like...
Maybe.
What is it called?
Yeah, like a neutral ground.
Neutral ground, yeah. Somewhere where it's not anybody's, like, you know, like where you're in her home, you're in this. I don't know, I just feel like, I don't know.
Shannon should not have even shown up. Because, honest to God, she came with walls up all the way around. She was not going to, like, really listen to anything Heather had to say or welcome in anything Heather had to say. And all she did was pissed off Heather now because Heather's like, I'm just tired of this. Like, I'm not going to keep, like, apologizing. Hi, baby.
We can't believe it.
I'm not going to keep doing this because no matter how many times I tell you what the story is. And of course, we all know, because we've seen the footage, that Shannon actually does say things to people. And what she keeps insisting that she's not sharing with other people, she actually is sharing.
Yeah, Heather said she may be the vault, but everybody has the same code to this vault.
Yeah, everybody's getting into the damn vault. So everybody's invited to the vault party. And I think Heather's onto something here. When Tamara first came back, the first things out of her mouth was, like, when she said she was friends with Shannon, she's like, oh, have you gotten the calls? Like, the calls all the time. And then the next time she met with her again, when they were in a group with, what was it, Jen or whatever.
It was at the boxing place.
Yeah. They asked her, she brought it up again, like, about different things about it. And I think she is trying to, like, start trouble. Yeah. I mean, Tamara will at the pumpkin patch. There's no doubt.
Tamara's always trying to start trouble.
Tamara came back, and I said to you, they definitely said to her, if you're coming back, you better be the whisperer in the ear that tells whatever was out there, because we need it. Get it out there pronto.
Yeah.
Get it out there pronto.
I will say, like, especially with this scene, I fear for the reunion because I don't think there's going to be any resolution because Shannon does have such blinders. Her work phone, it's done. I was going to say Shannon has such blinders to, like, anything Heather says that she doesn't even care. That I think going to the reunion, watching the footage of Tamara, of Gina, of Emily, everybody else bringing this up, she's gonna watch it and just be like, well, Heather's still wrong.
Yeah, I think she'll still be wrong.
Because she still, even though she didn't technically say anything, she still said something because she didn't say what Shannon wanted her to say. Like, that's, like, what I'm envisioning.
I don't even know what she wants her to say, to be honest
I can imagine if Tamara brought that up, she would go, I'm not talking about that. I'm not supposed to be talking about that. Then Tamara's going to be like, well, she's being rude to me. So there's no winning.
Heather starts crying, and I do think it was very genuine tears. Like, I don't think it was, like, orchestrated or anything like that.
She's probably mostly just
she's
overwhelmed.
Yeah, I think she's frustrated. I think she's overwhelmed because she just will not give her an inch to work with. And, I mean, she even says, she's like, oh, so now here the actress started crying. And, like, I'm like, Jesus, Shannon. I'm like, give it a rest. I don't know. It's just, she said that she apologized again, Heather, and Shannon just said, she's like, so are we good? And Shannon's like, well, I think I just need time to, like, process this whole thing. I'm like, come on, either you're good or you're not. Yeah. Either you're going to start over or you're not. I mean, all these ladies have talked about you and your relationship. I don't know why Heather is so, like, it's so explosive. It's just crazy. But everybody is now moving into the pumpkin patch. Yeah. So it's pumpkin patch time, and that's kind of where we stay for the rest of the episode. They're in the car, and Tamara gets a call from Teddy Mellencamp, her podcaster partner.
My favorite, though, is OC, Beverly Hills. Teddy's not getting zero screen time. Zero. None. They were, like, not even going to show, like, her on the FaceTime. Nothing. So just an elusive voice.
Yeah. So she says that she wanted to make her aware that they did comment on the pictures of Heather and Terry and the stagedness of it. Yeah. And that podcast just went up today. So I like that they're flattering themselves thinking that Terry and Heather are listening to their podcast. Maybe she is.
She's like, I'm sure Heather's in the car on the way there listening
right now
to that episode.
That's what I thought to myself.
Here's the thing. If you said to me, like, you posted it a few days ago and now, like, it got picked up on Instagram and maybe she saw it through, like,
somebody else said, hey, did you hear what they said?
Yeah, but, like, yours sounds like you have minutes, hours.
Put it up, and it's, you're thinking someone's listening to that. But I guess people do. they do take those things and they break them down and they like nitty gritty every little thing. So she's like, well, thanks a lot for that, because now she realizes that, you know, she's gonna have to deal with this. And I guess Teddy told her that she made the comment that Paparazzi, or either it was her or Tamara both said.
No, Tamara wasn't on that episode. Tamara was filled in with like there was somebody else.
Yeah, because she said something about Paparazzi doesn't come to Orange County. But yeah. I'm like, no, maybe they do. How do you know?
Disneyland, is that in Orange County?
I have no idea where it is.
It's in Anaheim. Is that in Orange
so
County? Don't ask us. Could be.
I don't know.
Ask us.
It could be. I'm not really sure.
Cooper looks like he might know.
Do you know where Disney is, Papa? You're never going, so it don't
He's
matter.
like Florida.
Yeah. You're never going. It's okay. So
you're never gonna see the grounds of Disney.
So everybody starts arriving, and one by one they all get there. Shannon is
his ear's itchy. He can't believe it. He's trying to shake the thought of not going to Disney out of his head.
So Shannon's late, so they decide that they're going to kind of start without her. So they go into the fields to start picking their pumpkins.
Separate into groups.
They separate into groups, of course. So Emily starts right away in on Jen, asking her, what is this that you told Gina about Shannon saying about the CPS? And she's like, well, yeah, she said this, you know, and then Gina is with Tamara, so Tamara hits her. And I almost wonder if these two, like said, you conquer and divide. You find out what she knows, you find out what she does.
Oh, you're both just randomly bring this up
at the same
now.
time in the fields of, you know, whatever. So she says to her, what you know about it. And like, here's the thing. Tamara says, I don't remember hearing her say anything like that.
Yeah.
So the thing is, I think what she should have said was, I did have a lot of shots.
Yeah, like
it could have been said, but I don't remember.
Yeah,
the same thing, like how we said,
say
like, yes or no.
Bryn just kept saying divorce and divorce and divorce, and you're like, then she's saying I didn't say it. Like, just say I drank a lot. Like I don't remember.
I don't remember. She could have said it.
It's not unbelievable to hear Tamara and the word a lot of shots together.
No, and that's the thing. It's like, I don't think that. I mean, we know that Jen didn't make it up because we
saw it. We
saw it. Yeah. We were the sober people on the outside of the screen, but I don't think she really would have. Like, I think that's why they're all siding with Jen a little bit, because they're like, where would she get this story from? Why would she make that up? And she doesn't seem like that type. And then Heather walks like up upon this whole thing and says, wait, what?
Yeah, I think Taylor's there as well.
Yeah, and I think, because Taylor's another one then they asked Taylor, and Taylor's like also, well, I don't really remember hearing her say that, but like Jen said, Tamara is the one that explained to her the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
that
like,
she was arrested.
You don't remember, like that's the stuff that I wish like they would do, but she could have asked, and they cut it, like where she said, oh, but you explained, like she said it multiple.
Think about it in the moment,
she said it multiple times to us in her interview that she did explain it to me. So she's the one.
That's what I'm saying, but maybe. When she was,
but that's what's annoying, is because that stuff should be, it's key. Like those stuff is, I don't know. I just think they're important pieces that they're.
But I mean, that was insane to watch Tamara just like lie like that.
Yeah.
Like Taylor, I don't know. Taylor, I don't know why I feel like she's like so disremoved that it's like not as crazy. But Tamara just like straight up lying. It's like I'm like.
Well, the fact of the matter is Taylor might not have heard her, but the fact that Tamara did speak
and
on
talked
it,
yeah,
like she clearly knows
and
that was
And then she talked about
it
with Jen in the car on the way there too. So it's like a double whammy. It's like you not only did you talk about it, but you talked about it and literally minutes before.
To be honest with you, like Heather had every right to be pissed, because Heather's like, this pisses me off because we can't talk about her and John, but you can bring up something CPS serious, at the dinner table, someone's children, and being taken away and which would never happen. Like that's what Emily was trying to say, like, which it would have never. That would have like just not been a thing. So the fact that they weren't backing her up, I'm sure will piss Jen off later on down the road. But somebody help Gina dress, please. Somebody help Gina dress.
Oh, the new sit down, the pink one.
Jeez Louise, they show her new sit down outfit, and it's pink, and it's all cut out on the side, cut out in the front, and it's like crisscross, and it's just, I don't know. It's gotta stop.
I told you it might not be so bad if she stood up. It's not a sitting dress.
No, she's not. I'm having the worst hot flash right now. I can't even fathom what to do.
I don't even have any water for you, love. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna work through it. It's fine. All right. Anyway, so let's just keep it. Let's just keep it moving.
This is the real Housewives. This is real.
So now they get back to the pumpkin carving, and Shannon shows up, and Taylor's like, "I'll just grab you a pumpkin or something," which I guess
she must have just grabbed her one.
She just pulled her pumpkin out of the pumpkin pit. I was gonna say no, the pumpkin patch, and she sits down with the other ladies to do the pumpkin carving. The other girl comes over, blah blah blah. She shows her to the nitty gritty. Let's get it. They suck at carving pumpkins.
Okay, have you ever seen you print out the template of there and you tape it on.
I thought this person that was there was supposed to be assisting them.
What the hell were they cutting?
All she did was tell them how to cut open the bottom. I learned that from a TikTok earlier today, that you should cut open the bottom to ventilate it, to keep it from going bad.
I don't know, but I was just like, okay, I don't know. I thought she was going to teach him a design. Nobody even just did a basic face. Like, what the hell were you guys doing?
I don't know. It was just, they wasted those pumpkins. That was really a waste. But I know they needed
to get them. And nobody took it home. I know nobody
taking that shit home.
What are you opening? Teams?
I don't even know.
What even is this? I've never even seen this before.
Don't know.
What is that?
Something. Close the window.
The feedback hub. Put it away.
Okay. So immediately, I mean, like, it was like literally seconds. Tamara gets in there and goes, hey, you know what? She just said you said about CPS and her kids. Boom! Up comes Shannon. Jen, why would you say that I said that about CPS? But I was like, oh my God. The best part is the fact that we do know
that she said it.
So it is quite comical because we're watching her really truly believe that she didn't say it, which I do believe she does think she didn't say that, because I think she was.
Way she believes she doesn't say a lot.
Yeah, I think she does. But I think this proves like that she does do a lot of stuff that's not right. Yeah.
So I guess at the reunion we'll be seeing God striking her dead.
Apparently.
For the CPS comment. Yeah. I guess that would be like something bigger. Maybe that's the finale party. But I think she'll need to see the clip. So we'll have to see. I don't know if anybody has like a scheduled date for that when that's happening.
I think it'll be at
let us know. Maybe we'll do like a live watch party.
Lockdown. So no one is really truly believing that Jen is making this up, because Shannon's immediately like, why would you make this up? Why would you do this? And Jen's,
it's a weird thing to make up as the new girl who doesn't have any more issues with Gina.
And where would you get this information? Like, we all know you have said this in the past. Like, it's not something new that you
she has not added the CPS thing yet.
Yeah.
So I guess it's a new layer to her lies.
Well, that's what Gina said, though. You keep adding to it and making it even bigger and bigger and bigger every time you mention it. So can you stop? But I just...
next time she says it, the kids are actually going to already be in CPS at that point, I guess.
And then, of course, like, here's the other thing. Like, Tamara is just on point. I guess they kind of go back into the, like, stop talking about my relationship, this and that. And then Shannon kind of brings up the fact that people, whoever these people are, these random people, I love those people.
Probably that one random couple at the taco party.
I have no idea.
They look like they had a couple big mouths on them.
But they're talking about Travis and making comments about him and his privates and stuff like that. And Tamara jumps right in and says exactly what they mentioned. And like, cause she did that for something else one time, where somebody said something and she said, oh about the train with Kelly Dodd Kelly
Dodd.
Yeah. When it was, but I think it was Vicky.
Like Kelly Ben Simone.
No. When Vicky made a comment about her hearing stuff about
to it, and
Kelly,
she just says it right
and
out.
she said, "Oh, you mean the train?" She did the same thing that she did with this, and she just like, "Oh, you mean his his private parts?" And then Shannon's like, "Oh, why would you say that? But why would you?" But here's the thing: you know who Tamara is. So the fact that she brought that up is not a shock. Why would you even mention people talking about Travis? Because there's always a chance that somehow Tamara's going to say something. The funniest part is you hear Tamara going like, "Oh my God, can't we just move on?" And like just start. You're the one that started this.
Yeah.
You're the one that whispered in her ear. You're the one that just mentioned what people are talking about Travis. So like you can't be like, "Oh, can we just move this? Can we just move along? Here we go." Like complaining, like, but nothing beat Shannon's chest pains that she was having.
Well, God was getting ready to strike her dead. I think she could feel the power of God emanating through her, like he was lining up the lightning bolt to come and hit her right in the chest, probably.
But I was like, you're only getting these chest pains because you're causing this on your own self. Like it's like your own problem. I was just like, yikes. And then everybody was like, "Oh, is she okay? Is she okay over there?" And like Heather was even like, "Is she okay?" I'm like, oh dear. So then they decide that they're going to do some kind of wheelbarrow race or something.
Was that never before seen?
I don't know. It should have been. It should have, because it didn't need to be seen.
Whether it was or it wasn't.
It didn't need to be seen.
It was never before seen. It should be.
So Heather's the referee, and you got, obviously Emily and Gina, and then Tamara and Shannon, and then Taylor and Jen. And I think it was Shannon and Tamara that won. Yeah, they had to like run down, put pumpkins in, come back, put a hula hoop on, some kind of nonsense. It was just like filler. I
think it was transition so they could set up the meal.
Should have made the cutting room floor. Yeah, they could have just walked to the meal. So yeah, then they go over to where she has this like nice meal set up in the pumpkin patch, and now now new confession time comes where Tamara feels the need to confess that Teddy might have said something about
I say that.
Yeah, I don't know why she would say it, because honestly, like we said, it's not coming out today. And like, again,
well, it came out today, but it wasn't.
But I'm saying, like, the topic wasn't going to be
like,
talked about
why
today,
didn't
because
she
she
not bring it up unless Heather was like, so I heard what Teddy said. Also, it's Teddy, it's not Tamara.
Yeah,
like, that's, so it wasn't like you said it and you just forgot. It was like your co-host.
No, and honestly, I mean, Heather had a good point, because she's like, okay, so you're bringing this up, you're asking me, you're assuming that I'm doing these pictures because you think it's staged and that obviously something went on. And she's like, so let me ask you, instead of talking about the pictures, why didn't anybody call me? She's like, why didn't anybody call me to, like, ask me, like, hey, how's everything? Is everything okay between you and Terry? Like, do you need to talk? Or, like, she was like, nobody even thought to ask me, like, how are things? Is, like, everything okay? Like, do you need to talk to somebody? And that's a very good point. Like, instead of bringing up this nonsense that she staged pictures, because if she's going to all this trouble to stage pictures to make her marriage look good, maybe she needs to talk to somebody or have a friend or have some, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you might need... I don't know. I just don't think that was necessary to do then and there, But after that, like, Heather was just like, I'm done. So she just tries to change the topic, and she's asked Gina, like, oh, how are you going with the real estate situation? And Gina says that she, I think, passed the majority of the test. She's got one more thing that she's got to pass or something, the state license or something like that. And then she asks Heather about Fireside. And this whole time that these two were talking, like, Shannon's making, like, a weird face. Like, I don't know what was going on down there. I thought it was going to lead to something more than her just saying, I gotta go.
Well, it's her two least favorite people are conversating with each other. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, abruptly, she's just like, I have to go. I don't even think they ate.
I don't even know. I don't remember.
No, I don't think they got. I mean, I don't know if they got to eat, or that's the thing. Is like
she just ordered chairs,
like,
Taylor. She never even got to the rest of the
like, I don't know if they actually eat or if they like
just fake said it.
They said it, and then they cut and let them eat and then come back and, like, finish. So, like, I don't know. They could have all, I don't know. But Shannon's like, I need to leave. Anyway, I don't know where, she didn't say where she was going, didn't say anything. They end up talking about Shannon and how it's a double standard when they bring up stuff about, like, Travis and Tamara. Like, none of this stuff would get talked about, like, if it was her. So I don't know. It was okay.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't even really process that whole dinner because there's so much. Because, like, 1 second they were on Shannon, then they're back to Heather, back to Gina. Now Travis is in here, Tamara's in here. It's just like, it was too much. And you know what I think the worst part is? Come on, Cooper, come listen. The worst part is every current or, like, last season of Housewives that we've watched has had, like, the downfall of, like, one of the favorite Housewives. Like, New York, before it got rebooted, like, it was like Dorinda had the downfall. Like, she was a good housewife. Then
I think this is going to be Shannon.
Lisa Rinna, Shannon, and, like, Tamara with the Lying was kind of like a weird one too. And then you have all in New Jersey, they all had their whole downfall as a group.
They're gonna love that Tamara's doing this whole, like.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
But Shannon, like, I think, is like, going to be. She'll be her own demise.
This is like. I mean, if you've been here since we covered other shows, I said all the shows I've ever watched get canceled. That's not what's happening. Instead, they're like, the housewives themselves are, like, falling apart and becoming
they're, like,
a
canceling
mess.
themselves.
I know. I don't know. If Salt Lake is bad, we'll have to blame me. We're gonna have to at this point.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get.
And everyone's gonna kick me off, and this podcast
is
gonna become like, I'm not gonna even have an opinion.
Yeah, you can't. An opinion.
That's my opinion.
Doesn't count.
That's all for this week.
Yeah, just in time because Cooper's starting to talk the talk and.
Yeah, and we'll be back next Wednesday with the Real Housewives of New York, and then Friday for our first ever Salt Lake episode. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully you'll leave us a good rating. Give us a thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Don't give us a thumbs down. Instead, leave a comment telling us how we can improve. Subscribe, follow, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any episodes. And that's it.
Now he said.
I think he just said hit the button.
Hit the button. That's what he said. He said now. Hit the button now.